Well, good morning. It's 5:55 uh, in the morning. It's Sunday morning, actually, here in the United States, and it's um, where the ambassador is. It's the afternoon already. No, we're not quite. Well, is it? Is it? What time is it, Mr. Ambassador?
It's getting to become just around 12 o'clock. So
So
it's
it's just before noon your time.
yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. That yeah. I My mind is still has cobwebs in it because like you, I only had 3 hours of sleep last night.
Mm.
Anyway, the ambassador's been promising us an update on the world situation as he sees it, and so I'm going to just let him have the microphone, so to speak, and tell us what he sees going on in the world. Mr. Ambassador, please take it away.
Yes, I've been quite quiet with updates or information lately because the Red Dragon is activating and the Bible classes for you and the other people around the world, and so that has been taking up a lot of the time. And basically, we have been working almost 24 hours a day, doing other work also at the same time, especially since the world situation has been moving forward in different directions. We have a lot of positive news at the same time. We have some negative situation that has unfolded, as you have probably have noticed in the media. At the same time, the positive things is always has to be compensated in the Yin and Yang structure with some negative news and negative events. But what I want the people to realize is that to try to see through this deception too, because it's so much programming and brainwashing that's going on, and you have to be very much aware that when you're looking at the media, is that they are trying to basically give you, a side of a coin which benefits their agenda, okay, and create fear into people and create ignorant behaviors, okay. Now we're going to go and talk a little bit about certain events that has been happening. It is rumors about certain arrests in different places around the world. Some of these arrests, yes, is taking place, okay. On some situation when we're talking about the situation that happened in Syria. I want people to wake up when it comes to the situation. It's quite funny. I was reaching out for pray for our Muslim brothers and sisters in the Middle East to have restraint with the Cabal and with the 666 and not give them ammunition to aggress on them. And so far, Syria has been extremely kind not to shoot down any airplanes that has been aggressing on the sovereign territories. Again, United States, together with Europe, has broken international law and aggressed on a free nation and have shown the true nature of non-repentance. We have seen also that world leaders, which needs all gratitudes and respect, like the leader of India, coming out forefronting his opinions and pressures to the world and stating that the world cannot be run by one nation. They have to respect international law. The same come from the Chinese head in United Nations, and you see the same being given also by the Russian foreign minister, which was having a very good speech there too in the United Nations. We see a lot of things happening when it comes to it looks like financial surrender when it comes to certain structures, when it works to BRICS nations and comes into the trade of gold, when it comes into other type of with currencies and also the control of the certain banks. We expect and hope that we're going to see more of the people that was on a certain side of the 666 to come over to the 555 era instead of keeping themselves in the past part of ignorance and aggression. And also you will see that a lot of world leaders is also trying to assist to take people out of ignorance. At the same time, we saw what happened in Scotland with a rigged election and suppression of Scottish people. But now we had, the president of Catalonia coming and signing off on the republic, and I really hope that Catalonia could be a free nation without more interference from the cabal. But let's see about that, and how much Europe will respect and the other world will respect a nation being built inside a so-called nation and inside a so-called structure that might be threatening, especially during this utterly mess that has been created. We see also political leaders inside the European establishment, European Parliament, voicing truth, trying to set people out of ignorance, and a lot of good
Is that
voices.
Galloway?
Both Galloway and also I don't remember how to pronounce his name. Is another European Parliament member that from Britain also that was voicing an opinion. I'm gonna give you the name so you can link it on your site later so people can see it. But it was voicing truths about Ukraine and the situation with ISIS. Now, the things that is important for people to understand is that this generalization of holy wars that they like to create, and also I also recommend you to see, what is this person's name again, Ron? I'm bad with names, as you know.
The Dinar guy?
No, not the Dinars. The situation with
Benjamin Fulford?
not Benjamin. This he's also British, who's talking about the cabal and alien races and so on and so on.
I don't know. Galloway's the one that came to my mind first, but it's early in the morning for me.
No, this person is not a politician. He's
the New Earth movement guy.
Yeah, let's see, what is his name?
New Earth Nation, I mean.
No, you have posted his things in the past also. Is his name Dyke?
No, I don't think so.
It
doesn't. We'll figure it out at some point.
Okay. Either way, he is a quite famous person. He's been with Alex Jones and with also.
Oh, you mean David Icke?
Yeah. Yes. That's correct. I recommend people to listen to his latest statements, which is also quite correct. Goes in the correct. Mindset of things. Also, as you are aware from our discussions that we have been having, is that we are in a very delicate situation for humanity, and this is also what I want to state. It's important for the American people, especially, to see through the deception and to stop this aggression that they have against others. This type of racism that is flourishing in the United States, they say that they're not racist, but the best reason to show that you're racist is that you elected the president as you did. Okay, to show that you're not racist. Or otherwise, I don't believe that even it mattered who was voting and what happening. Either way, the important thing here is that this type of feelings of creating D and them type of mindset. That the ISIS people, the Arabs, they're okay to kill them. We don't care, but you kill some white people, then it justifies to slaughter people. This aggression type of mindset to hate Muslims, to hate blacks, or to hate Mexicans, or hate brown people, and all this type of ignorance of fearing others. It has to stop, and why it has to stop is to save yourselves. Because if you don't do it, you will ultimately self-destruct the United States. So what I'm trying to tell you very simply is to basically repent and surrender. Okay, look yourself in the mirror and ask you a very simple question: who am I? What do I represent? You claim that you're a country of free and that is freedom and democracy at the same time. You're terrorizing the world, okay? And wherever you go, you put your seed of tyranny. And the country is losing your freedoms and becoming more and more like a tyranny.
A police state.
Yes, and that's what they want. That's why they create different type of things in your media to make people scream and shout. They're taking our guns, they're doing this, they're doing that. or we're doing this, and then basically, Christians hating Muslims, on and on and on and on with their ignorant bullshit talks about Sharia, about this, about that, and they're clueless what they're talking about, and just speeding the anger. And then people is voicing their opinions and become more and more aggressive. At the same time, the Kabbal said, look at these unresponsible people. They are potential terrorists, these Christian Americans and these whites. We need to put them all in concentration camps for their own security. This is basically what they need. You guys need to understand is that the circle of creating fear and hate and being in that ignorance that you all create yourself to lose yourself freedom. Like you experienced when you were locked up, you were basically kept in a prison, but still you were free. They lock you in this cage, but your mind still is free. So people have to realize that whatever they do to you, you're as free as you was even when they put you in the cage. The only thing is that they can tell you where to go and what not to go, and you cannot go outside this room. But at the same time, we cannot leave this planet, as I said first time we spoke to each other. So we have to learn to live with each other. Okay? And we see the natural situation with volcanoes and other diseases, the deception with the diseases here. We're putting funds into the system to assist with the Ebola virus. People putting military there, people trying to positionate and to take funds out of Africa. This is what's happening on the side of the cabal. And we have to stop this. Now, for example, you see that they want to put foreign soldiers into the American ranks, and it has been approved. This type of things is again creating fear with you people, because you fear that a foreign person would probably not care less to put this redneck in prison. And also, just think about it. So the thing is this way: it's time for people to realize that they are the creators of bad and evil. When we talk about Yin and Yang, I just wanted to go into this discussion about Yin and Yang type of concept. Okay, you have a creator, you have a supervision person that is overlooking these activities, and then you have us people running around here on the planet, and we're saying we need to control good and evil in this human experiment. Because why I say a human experiment? Why did I say life a human experiment? Because it's human that controls humans. And you think that it's God, but it's not God. We are the creators of bad and evil. So we can choose if we want to be on Yin and Yang. And what is that? Does it mean that we always have to be in aggression on each other to keep the Yin and Yang of the world basically flowing? No, we have a Yin and Yang. You have a woman, you have a man. Okay? Now they want to neutralize the status of man and woman. Everyone has to be equal. Okay, it is not about equal value. It's about the differences. A woman is a woman, man is a man. That's yin and yang. Does it mean that the man and woman has to kill each other? Of course not. We embrace each other with love. So we can do that on the global level without waging wars against each other. And this type of awakening in this human transformation, okay, or each and every single person themselves responsible for. Not the nation, not the government, not the other people. Each and every person is responsible to keep this balance. And how to unite is in love, because you have the love in a relationship. Just because a woman is a woman, a man is a man, you don't need to kill each other. Sometimes hate becomes also the essence, when you have love, and then suddenly the love doesn't work out and hate is created. Okay, now this type of emotions we need to control. We have to ask for forgiveness. We have to pray for each other, and try to basically reconcile with each other. And do not allow the people, the so-called puppet masters, which is so-called leaders, don't allow these people to use you as a puppet or a slave to do whatever they want you to do. Play with your emotions. Sit in front of your stupid boxes and watch them. Whatever they feed you with type of fear and mongering and hate and ignorance, and you just take it in. You just take it in. And you just become more and more upset and more aggressive and more ignorant. And suddenly, you sit and ask yourself afterwards that, oh shit, we did a wrong thing. Yes, you did a wrong thing many times when you aggressed against others. Okay? The only
The
winner.
worst aggression, as I see it, is still the government against the people. I still see it that way. Maybe you think that that's ignorant, but I still see that the worst aggressor and violator of human rights is our governments.
Yeah, but that's basically because they do not respect you to have any rights. We are saying that we have human rights, but do you really have human rights?
We're not treated as if we do.
You know, the day when the global world will wake up to the reality, okay, you are taking part in the awakening, but like I usually say, you have to do it in baby steps. Because if we would tell the truth about everything on the spot, and people say, we are ready, we are transformed, we are this, we are that. Really? Are you? And the situation is this way: you have to, by baby steps, take yourself out to the reality. When you guys gonna realize the reality that the cure for the diseases has existed for so many years, that most diseases is man-made, that they're poisoning you. You're worrying about ISIS. You should be more worried for Monsanto. Okay, you have all type of problems in the world that is in your face all the time, but you people don't see it. That's acceptable. When your government kill you, atrocious against you, suppress you, that's okay, because that's our government. When you see some other person resisting, oh, he's a terrorist, okay, let's kill him because he's frightening us. Why? Because they tell us so. When you realize that you are basically it's just a slave, and that is not that we're going to have a question and answer about it, it's a fact. Okay? When you realize that you are not allowed to own anything, in reality you don't own anything. When you realize this type of thing step by step by step, now you don't want to realize it. Now you don't want to accept it. Why you don't want to accept it? Because it doesn't fit your idea. You can aggress on the ambassador and say, you know, the ambassador, he repeats things over and over again to me. Why? Because you people have memories spent like goldfishes. If you understand, you say, oh, I am very lighted. I don't say that I know everything. Okay? I do not know everything. I'm not the smartest person on the planet. Look far away. I'm learning every day. But what I do see and what I want to do is to say, when people say, God, show me this, God, give me this, God, do this, God, do that, does God exist? Like I stated over and over again, open your eyes. Can you feel pain? Can you feel hunger? Okay. Do you feel love? Yes, but can you touch it? No, you cannot touch it, but still it's there. Same thing is with God. But some people try to play God. Okay. And they are no difference from you, but they are the ones saying that you are not worthy enough to know the truth. You're worrying about Antichrist, go to the church, see him. You worry about the demons, look yourself in the mirror. The thing is this way, the important thing here is for you, everyone, to do an inner search. Look yourself in the mirror, ask yourself a simple question. Now I'm shocking people, but we have to do it. I had to go through these changes myself. When I realized who I was, when I realized who is the government, when I realized the deception, when I realized being a part of it, when I realized what is the truth, now I say most people cannot handle the truth. That's why I say baby steps. But look yourself in the mirror. Every time someone says something to you, okay, take it in reverse. Because that's the way Antichrist work. You put 90% truth, 10% lies. Okay? Like, for example, oh, you know, you can read it in the Bible. Which Bible? Which translation? Okay? We talk about Torah. Okay? Look at the Torah. Compare with the Old Testament. Is it the same? No, it's not. The Bible is even different. Are we now supposed to wage war because of words that we are reading? How ignorant are we? First, research everything. Then you ask God for guidance, and God will guide you.
but do the inner change. People say, no, I don't have time to do inner change. No, maybe you need to go to prison to wake up. But open your eyes. You say, does God exist? Just open your eyes. Look around you. How could this world be? And then you ask, okay, what is the divine power? You see it every single day, the divine power. You feel it every day, this divine power. But who is the negative pressure? Is this people, the so-called Antichrist, who's trying to restrain you, try to put laws to you, try to put this to you, try to put that to you. Now I'm telling you a very simple thing. If I say, okay, that without the Bible, without law, it's not this, it's not that, whatever. I just say a very simple thing, okay? Do you want to be beheaded? Okay. Do you want to have your leg crushed? Do you like to be bombed? Do you like that someone steals your money? Do you like that someone cheats on you with your wife? Do you want that to yourself? Okay. You don't want that to yourself? Don't do that to others. And I think that human beings, by realizing these things, see that if we don't want this thing done to ourselves, don't do that to others. That's the basic thing. Okay, even the golden rule that Jesus said was very simple. Don't do to others that you don't want to be done to yourself. Okay, I don't know if I'm quoting it correctly in English. It's not my mother language. You understand? But what I'm saying is the same thing. If you don't want to be aggressed on, don't aggress on others. Very, very simple. I think that we have built up a system where we feel ourselves needed. And they create a need system where we are needed and submitted to them. Without that system, we cannot survive. Really? We cannot survive without internet. Okay? We cannot survive without money. I think we can. But we think that we can't. I remember the times when, when I was a kid, played around and we didn't have a mobile phone. And we were out almost, the whole days running in the mountains. Now today I'm, worrying, how I can go for, 100 meters without having a mobile phone with me. You understand? This is the way that we are slowly become more and more, what's called controlled by the 666. When people say, oh, they're going to put a chip on us and is the mark of the beast, or is this people that have the mark of the beast in the forehead and things like that? It's very simple. The mark of the beast is already existing for a long time. It's your name and your personal number or security number. You can never get a medical treatment. You cannot buy and sell. You can do nothing without your name and your personal number. So that time of tyranny is already here. What is another thing? You say that, okay, women should be dressed but still naked. Look around ourselves. Okay, women should look like men and men should look like women. Look at ourselves. Look at ourselves. Do we need to ask ourselves the question which time we are in? But the important thing is here is that we can change the future. We don't need to all the time be manipulated. They say, oh, women are suppressed because they have to cover themselves. Yeah, in our society, we are suppressed, all women, to be completely naked. If they're not naked and showing their asses and get big breasts and they're putting things in their lips and stuff like that, they're not worthy anything. Not even worthy a second look. That's another flip of a tyranny. When people have to stop being so easily manipulated by the cabal, and this is it's important tools. You can be angry to me, you can hate me, I don't care. Watch yourself in the mirror. Do you understand? Watch yourself in the mirror.
Can I ask you a hard question?
Yes.
You've mentioned different times that the family owns Bank of America and Wells Fargo, and I don't remember all the banks that the family owns. Why, if the family owns them, don't they stop the foreclosures from happening by these banks?
I think you received an answer yesterday, you know, from the Red Dragon yourself, but maybe you didn't understand the
Well,
answer.
I did, and it bothered me a lot.
Yeah, yeah. No, the thing is this way, is that the family is based on the Yin and Yang system. What is the Yin and Yang system? It's what we call a free will, okay? The free will of people. So basically what they do is that they allow the people all around the world to take a decision, okay, what's right and wrong. Then they're sitting and looking and see how these people are dealing. When they go too far, then they interact. Before that, they stay out of the picture. Okay, that's why it's almost like a human experiment, as I said. You understand? Now the thing is this way. Yes, in some cases you could, you know, you could tell a bank, now it's enough. Now you see, that's the same thing with the baby steps. If you go and just take over all the banks in one day, who are you supposed to replace all the people with?
As I would see it, Mr. Ambassador, if the boss sets the directive, the owner sets the directive, and it goes down to, you don't have to replace individuals unless the individuals are the ones that have been doing the wrong thing for all the time. I wrestle with this because, of course, I have the bank trying to steal my house, and I don't even have a mortgage on it, which you're very well aware of.
Yeah. No, the thing is this way, is that, you know, if you know, what is the problem with the world today? It's very simple. Okay, you have a boss. He tells his employee to do things. If one of the some of the employees works to do other things that what the boss do, okay, and try to do it and keep it away from the boss, you can still do a lot of destruction. You need a transformation of the people. Then you have the other slavery system there, which is part is that the people are scared for the boss. In some cases, people doesn't even know who is their boss. Now the boss tells you all to remit and surrender. Do what's right for humanity. Then it has to go down through these employees and the slaves, okay, that they have to figure it out. Yes, for some people, maybe the Kabbalah of a king, but in merely truth, they're slaves. So what does that make them? More worth than us? No, no one is more worth than anyone else. But the reality is that everyone has to see and take their own personal responsibility. Like in your case, your house was, after a court thing was done, it was resold 2 times. I send you the track record from the screenshots and stuff like that from our security people and from the attorneys. How could they sell your house without your permission twice for $100 US? Anyone with fucking common sense would say, if I would sit and do a criminal investigation, I would be working at the FBI, and I get Ron Van Dyke with this paper coming forward, said that my house was sold to, you know, 2 times for $100 US. You know what I would ask? A very simple question. Well, Ron Van Dyke kidnapped and hold against his will and forced to sign off his contract for $100 US? Who believes that you sell something that is worth, you know, a few $100,000 for $100 US? No one believes in that. That's, you know, if I would say go to the police authority here and say that, listen, I bought this car, which is worth $2 million. I bought it for $100 US. They would say this guy here is money laundering. This person here is using black money. They would arrest me on the spot. They would never believe that. So how would someone believe that you sell your house for $100 to a bank? And then it was resold again. So the thing is this way, is that this is again criminality. The system that's supposed to be there to protect the people, and anyone who has common sense sees that this is purposely fraud and aggression, a theft.
Yeah.
This is a criminal behavior. Anyone with common sense could see it. But my question is, does the bank have common sense in the United States? Does the police have common sense in the United States? Does the court have common sense in the United States? That's left to see. That's left to see in this human experiment. You understand? And I really hope and pray that they will also, do what's right. But then you can go around the turn and say that, okay, who is the owner of all these things? So if they don't behave, maybe we need to foreclose on the bank also for $100 or $1, like ever happened before. And when you see cabal people now, they're selling because of renewed energy. No, they have to pay. Some people is now also remitting and surrendering on the highest level. You can see the signs how the people remitting. And I don't want to say their names and cast salt in their injury. You understand? But if you open your mind, you will see what I'm talking about. And you will see the evidence there. It's not that they're now planning to do new business. No, they have to settle their debt. They have to remit and surrender. So things are happening. But you all, each people listening, needs to be awakened to your own reality and take your own responsibility. If you work at the PNC Bank, maybe you should do something to help Ronald van Dijk. If you work at the FBI, maybe you should reach out to help Ronald van Dijk. If you work in the United States government, you should maybe do something about this fraud. And as you know, you're not the only victim of the same bank and the same behavior. And so it is a pattern. For example, people think that I have no clue who I am. That's not very much important. But as you know, and some other people around, we have our ways to find things out and to be involved in different things in few seconds on each and other things. And we have seen the things. But like I stated, the family's point of view is very simple. We do really things. And you can see it if you open your eyes. If you just open your eyes, you will see it. But at the same time, it's important thing to see here is how can we as human beings join together, like what happened. I asked during a meeting for opening up and assisting, and some people came forward and assisted. You understand? This is what I'm asking the people to do. Don't sit there on your asses and feel sorry for yourself and say, oh, I could probably do something if I could do this and this, but now I cannot because it's like this. No, just reach out. Just use your mind. Maybe you know something you can do. Contact, do something. It's not only about you, it's many other people suffering. Even when you are suffering with your situation, you are helping others that is in similar situations. Even with fund, I have seen this myself. So the transformation that through this journey that we had, yes, it's tumbling because it's like it's like I said, baby steps, and suddenly comes a waterfall and the baby becomes shaken. But we have to involve, because the humanity today, spiritually level speaking, is like a small baby. We are in the baby stage of involvation. People say, oh, we are so much involved. Look at the light workers who shine. We are so much involved and blah, 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 blah. You guys all are in the baby state. What does the baby do? I want this. Give me this. I want more. No, please give me more. No. Screaming for his mother all the time and wants more and more. When he gets some food after a little while, feel hungry again, screaming and shouting once more. That's the mindset of people. Then the child evolves up and suddenly the child can provide for himself. After a while, the child becomes a man. Now it's time for us, because we've been put in the baby state on purpose by our rulers. It's time for us to get ourselves up to become a boy or a young girl. You understand? And then we evolve up to be a human, and people can be old people. And I have seen people in the cabal on the highest level sitting and screaming and crying. I want this, I want the money, I want this, I have the world's best project, give me money, I need this, like small babies. I want to create Christian banking, You know what the Red Dragon said? He said, here you have, and give him a Bible, read the Bible. He want money, he gave him a Bible and said, read it. He want to create Christian banking, give him a Bible, said, read it. Why? Because this person have no care about Christian banking. He doesn't know what Christian banking is. This is just a way to try to extract something to get power for himself in his own empire. But in the past, this is the way that it is. People come, ask for this, ask for this, ask for this, want that. For what? For humanity or for yourself? And if it is for humanity, read the Bible if you want to do a Christian banking. Now, we know the Christian banking has been dead for a very, very long time. Doesn't exist anymore. Maybe the closest to Christian banking you will find is Sharia banking, or that probably is shocking a lot of Christians. But this is, this is the problem, is that we have to research. We have to do this work. And we call it inner work. We can call it whatever it is, soul searching, whatever. But start with, go back to your home, look yourself in the mirror, look at yourself. Are you happy with yourself? Are you what you want to be? If you're not, ask yourself, how can I be who I want to be? It's like, for example, I told you the story. I asked a woman that I know that was living in another country under very terrible circumstances. She had a very good job, but like, almost like a semi-prostitute. And she had been married now and had a good life and had nice watch and lived the glorious lifestyle that so many people inspire. And I asked her a simple question. I asked her, are you happy? And the answer was very simple. I'm all right. What is the word all right? This person took care of this person with so much more respect probably than whatever these government officials that she had to handle, let's use that word, during all these years. So when she says all right, it means that she's not happy. But I think that she's treated much better by her husband now than her ex-clients. But that's the mindset of humans, that we are never satisfied with the blessings that we have around us. And we don't see the blessings when we even receive them. And that's basically what I'm trying to say today with the updates and with other things. For you all to get yourself out of this tyranny, you can not just leave it up to others. You have to take your own personal responsibility and stop making excuses for yourselves. I don't do it, so please don't do it for yourself too. Okay? And it's very important that people realize one thing. I do not aggress on people. I do not belittle people. I do not look, maybe it sounds like it, but it's because I'm passionate for trying to get you out of this problem, to get you shaken and waken up. Okay? And, I believe everyone can change. And I can't even see people changing. You wish something bad for someone else, you get it back. We have seen that too. You understand? But the important thing here is very simple. Use the human, human experiment, which I call, which is all life. Okay? Set yourself free from the puppet masters by watching yourself in the mirror and say, no, I do what's right. And if everyone do that at the same time, on all levels, we will dismantle the 666. And the biggest tool to get yourself out of 666 is stop listening to the false prophets. Stop looking at listening to the false prophets, and try to not allow yourself to be influenced by negative energies from people. And if you feel that my message somehow is offending you, then I think you even much more need to look yourself in the mirror. Okay? So that's what I wanted to end this discussion with. I hope that it was a little bit, to some help for some people. And maybe it's a little bit different from the Bible classes.
Way different.
It's like I stated, that myself, I have my belief system, but I respect everyone's opinion, and I respect everyone's spiritual journey. And as long as it's good for humanity and with a right mind and heart, I don't care which religion you belong to or faith system you belong to, as long as you believe
in what's good for other people and for yourself and for humanity in whole, and worship the one creator, then I'm happy. Okay.
Well, thank you. And on that note, we'll say goodbye to everyone, and you have a good day. And I will talk to you again soon. And thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye bye.